I'd like to discuss how to customize the batch at a glance user interface so that you could see the formatting the way you want to see it. In this case, I'll show you how to customize the presentation of the final concentration in terms of the number of digits that are shown past the decimal point. We are looking at batch at a glance. And if we look at final concentration from a presentation point of view in batch at a glance, you'll see that there are 4 digits past the decimal point. So that may be more precision than you want to show in batch at a glance. So in a moment, I'll show you how to edit a configuration file that will change that presentation. I am in the Explorer, Windows Explorer, and I am going to traverse to where the actual binaries exist in the product, which is in Program Files, Agilent, Mass Hunter, Workstation, Quant, and then bin. Now, in this directory, which contains a lot of different files, there is a configuration file called quantanalysis.exe.config, and that is the XML file that I'm going to edit. So let me warn you first, before you do that, make a copy of that file and then edit it, because you need to do the editing correctly, otherwise the application will have a problem. So I'm going to go down into the Format section, and I'll notice that in the format there are different categories of numbers. There's mass, and you also see concentration. So I am going to take what I've already previously edited here, and I'm going to put that into the General section right here. Now I've added a comment. Notice that the comment is delimited by these special delimiters. This part is uncommented, and that is the part that's going to change it. Instead of what it had before, I'm going to change it to F1, which will give me 1 digit past the decimal point. So this number format dot category dot concentration, the value of the formatting will now be F1. And now I will save that, and I will restart up batch at a glance. And it will read in that configuration file, and when we look at the final concentration, I'll bring in a batch here. When we look at the final concentration, we will see excuse me, that it does have 1 digit past the decimal point. So that, in conclusion, shows you how to edit a configuration file underneath the application which controls the presentation, in this case the formatting of the numbers that are shown. Thank you very much. One additional point in here. We just covered the idea of customizing a category like concentration and setting anything that fits into that category to a particular formatting. What if you wanted to just change a particular column? Well, you can do that here by naming the column. It needs to be the same exact official name that's in the quantitation data set, in this case area, and you can control it by setting it to F0. The default was 4 decimals past the decimal point, but in this case I'm just going to say I don't want to see anything past the decimal point. F0 will cut that off. So if I reboot the application and go through the process that I previously described, you'll see that yes, not only is final concentration F1, but area now has changed to F0, so I just see it without any decimals past the decimal point. So there you go. You can customize any column the way you want to see it. Thank you again.